My opinion, but I still need it.
You want to share with us what your expectations are for the world of work? What do you hope to get out of it? Have a career? What are you going to do next?
And I didn't have those experiences, and looking back, I wish I had.
That's a very
Profession, it's
get back to society.
prepared for what's next, or am I just doing high school?
The text messaging. What is special about text messaging?
It's like outnumbered everything.
It's outnumbered everything.
Virtual learning and online.
Virtual learning, online learning. How many of you have ever taken a class online? Lots of you. Lots of you. I teach for the University of Illinois. I live in Salado. Online. Used to go out and talk to kids at school and say, you're going to be in competition with the kid sitting in the chair next to you, so you really want to excel. You're in competition with anybody, anywhere in the world. So given that, as the video said, we are preparing students for jobs we're preparing today's students for jobs that don't yet exist, using technologies that haven't been invented. And before they're through their 4 years, everything they will have learned their first year is obsolete. How do we prepare today's students for tomorrow's jobs? So, get your little clickers out. I'm going to ask you 4 questions, I believe, and then you're going to have a chance to deliberate in your small groups. Actually, this is revisiting an earlier question. I wanted to see if there was any change. The future economy will require approaches we have not yet imagined. Let's go ahead and take a poll on that. 1, strongly agreed. 2, somewhat agreed. We were pretty heavy on this somewhat and strongly already. But let's see where we are now. We may have a lot more not sure's, huh? Or just so overwhelmed I can't answer? Okay, where do we fall now? There was a shift. We're now at 83%. I think that's about 20% more than we were before. Okay, so this first approach then talks about the importance of preparing students with soft skills, with good work ethics, good character ethics. And I heard in your groups as you were introducing yourselves, a lot of people talked about learning those soft skills, learning leadership skills in Scouts, learning from your parents, that personal responsibility, those kinds of skills that are transferable. Okay, so let's see what you think. Many of today's high school graduates lack basic work skills. Again, strongly agree, somewhat disagree, strongly disagree, 5, not sure. Think they're in? Okay, somewhat agree and strongly agree. There's somewhat disagree at 10% and strongly disagree. So we got 18% that don't quite agree with that statement. How about this one? Character education should be incorporated in the school curriculum. Character education. 1 strongly agree, 2 somewhat, 3 strong, somewhat disagree. Strongly oppose. Oh, we're missing 1. Okay. High number of you, high percentage of you agree, strongly agree, or agree. So it'd be interesting in your conversation to find out what might be some reasons why people might not agree with that particular perspective. Because that perspective, their perspective is valid, right? Those that say strongly disagree or disagree, that's valid. We need to understand why, because maybe they got some insight that we hadn't considered. So you'll have a chance to talk about that in your groups. Next question. Parents, organizations, and schools should encourage young people to get involved in community service. What do you think? Strongly agree, strongly in favor of that idea? Somewhat favor it, somewhat oppose it, or strongly oppose it? I'm not sure. Hey, we like that community service. But again, there's 2% that strongly oppose that. Let's tease that out. Let's find out what that's all about. Let's see what kinds of insights there are. Is there one more? I lost count. Yeah, this last one. Today's me-first culture has eroded the ability of young people to work well with others in the job market. In other words, we're so focused on me and instant gratification that we've lost some of those work skills. And the answer is, not the answer, but a perspective. Okay, so there's 38% strongly agree and 43% somewhat agree. But again, we have some folks that have a different perspective. So the purpose of kind of thinking about these things and saying what you feel is not so much that there is a right answer or that the majority rules. Instead, it's to get a sense of where are we in our thinking and recognizing that, you know what? We all come in with different perspectives and different experiences, and those are all critical and important. So this is the safe space to talk about that, because if there's a reason that we need to be concerned or we need to be cautious, we need to know that now before we make important decisions. So I'm going to let you be with your moderators and with each other in dialogue for, I think we can do about 30 minutes. I'll come around and give you all a 5-minute notice.